kingdom as well. There's so much we still don't know about our furry friends. From cats, which we always knew were evil, to a bed-stealing bird, here are 15 animals who are evil geniuses. Number 15. Cats. Cat lovers rejoice. Your suspicions are correct. Cats are geniuses. And now we've got the evidence to prove it. There's always been something quite off about cats. They're a little bit aloof and independent, even though they like the occasional smooch. But they always seem just that little bit more intelligent than dogs. As it turns out, they're basically physicists. Now, before you go and order that tiny lab coat and pair of spectacles online, let us explain. Japanese researchers carried out a study in animal cognition, which is a scientific journal. They found that cats can predict where their prey is hiding by not only using their ears, but tapping into their innate understanding of how the world works. How they came to this conclusion was pretty pawsome. They videoed 30 domestic kitties reacting to containers being shaken by team members. Some rattled and some didn't. When they tipped the boxes over, sometimes an object fell out of them, while other times they didn't. When a container with a rattle had nothing fall out of it, cats would stare at it for far longer than one that didn't have a rattle. They believe cats have common sense, knowing that if there's a sound in a container, there should be something falling out of it. Some cats can be evil, but most are just plain geniuses. Number 14. Brown-headed cowbirds. Imagine watching from afar as strangers built a house from the ground up. They spent days, weeks, and months putting the final touches in place, and it looks magnificent. Then, when they pop off to the shops, you swoop in, add your own furniture, and change the locks. That's a pretty cruel thing to do, right? Oh, and probably illegal. Which is why the brown-headed cowbird is an evil genius. It does exactly this, but, you know, with nests and stuff. These small birds with short beaks, short tails, and stocky bodies are as lazy as they come. They will put all their energy into laying eggs, but spend none of that time preparing a house for the impending arrivals. Instead, they wait for another bird species to build a nest. They particularly like those of red-winged blackbirds, but are not opposed to the housing of warblers, vireos, towhees, and sparrows. In fact, they will lay eggs in the nests of over 200 bird varieties. Sometimes they will quickly steal the nests and lay their eggs in them when they have just been built. Other times, they will crash through the leaves to flush other birds out. Lazy or evil genius? You be the judge. Number 13. Asian carp. It's hard to believe that an innocent fish could become something evil and unlikable. After all, they provide a source of entertainment and nourishment. But the Asian carp is truly something awful, and in more ways than one. Firstly, it's classed as an invasive species by the FPA. They pose a serious ecological threat to the Great Lakes area, not to mention the sports fishing market worth about $7 billion. Millions of dollars have been sunk into trying to rid this nuisance fish from the area. But why is it so bad? Well, firstly, this 3-foot, 100-pound fish is hungry. Oh my God. Imagine weighing 100 pounds, then eating 50 pounds of food every day. They literally eat half their body weight in food every day. Because they eat so much plankton, they are hugely disrupting the food chain. They also reproduce at an alarming rate, which means they're even harder to get under control. As if that wasn't bad enough, they're bullies. The silver carp in particular is easily started. When it gets a fright, it can jump into the air. There have been several instances involving silver carp knocking out fishermen, causing concussions, broken bones, and black eyes. The sooner they're gone, the better.